Okay, so we are live. Father Miller here. Welcome back to the Nerd Fathers. So, as you see in the title, this is my comic reveal. I went to our comic shop this morning. They had their biannual half off sale on back issues, and I did some damage. So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. Basically, I haven't taken them out the bag since I've been here, but yep. So let's see. I just lost my. There it is. So yeah, I wanted to go through what I picked up today, and this bag here is just three. Well, no, this one is not three. They had a bunch of these old DC Showcase Present books. This one here. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I got that on there. Basically, this is. Hey, and I'll shoot you the link if you want to join. But this is basically a bunch of the old black and white issues of Superman's family, basically Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen. I really love these old ones. These are like from the 50s. Let's see. Yeah, so this one has basically, 1958, 1959. 1957. So, nice thing about these, again, this is a 300-page, 500-page book. And there's no way I usually could afford to buy any of these comics. The only time I was able to get comics from that low of a number from Jimmy Olsen was when, what was it, Midtown Comics in New York City had their Black Friday sale and everything was 75% off. So, let me just shoot you the link. But yeah, I picked up a few of those books. Let me see. I'm going to send that to you on Twitter. Let's see. Didn't know if Dan was streaming this afternoon or not. So this one I picked up. Let's see. And I got 3 more of these. So I'm unboxing these for the first time. So let's see if I got my light on. That might help a little bit. Oh, there's Ian. Good to see you. You there? You're on mute.
1 second. Sorry.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's showing the stuff I picked up. So
looks cool.
There's like 4 volumes of the Superman family comics from the 50s and 60s.
Oh, wow.
This is one of the Jimmy or Jack Kirby era one. They're black and white, but okay, these are from the 60s. And again, I mean, okay, they're not color, but
it's still cool though.
It is. And I mean, I do have some Jimmy Olsen's from the early 60s, but I don't want to take them out of the
covers.
cover because I mean they are worth a little bit of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I've got a few Marvel ones that, like a compilation and it's black and white inside. I've got a few of them as well. It's quite cool.
This one was $8. This one was like $7.50 and the other one was $5.
Oh, wow.
So so they have a sale about 2 times a year. Let's see, these are Superman comics from the early 60s. Oh, this is sweet. This is actually sweet. This is from, let's see, Superman, basically 146 to 156. So you got 10 Superman comics from the 60s in this one book.
That's cool.
And this one is 500 pages as well. So I got at least 2,000 pages worth of comics to read on just that. So this one was $5 as well.
Right. Good cover.
And this one is covering the time period of 1959 to 1960. Sure. And that is like the low numbers for Lois Lane and the 30s for Jimmy Olsen. And that's when, I mean, this is what I love these old comics. These are just so campy and fun.
Well, yeah. I mean, comics have really got taken a turn for the worst, haven't they, recently? So,
Oh,
yeah.
that also brings. I also got mine in.
Oh, this is this the number one?
Yeah, Eric
All right.
July's comic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you
So
read it yet?
no, I just came in yesterday.
All right. I know a
So,
lot of people have got it, but I, I keep saying, "Have you read it? Have you read it?" And they kept saying, "No."
so these are the other comics I picked up.
Cool. Action.
Um,
Action comics.
yeah, action. Basically, I did pick up a few Batmans.
Mm,
So this one is a Batman 245.
great cover. Look at that.
Yeah, and you got
Great cover.
Batman basically. Let me see. I'm just trying to zoom in.
Mm,
He is innocent. I killed Bruce Wayne, and I can't tell a soul. I mean, look at that art.
it's great, isn't it?
And this was a $7.50 comic I got for half off.
It's a shame, really, what they're doing to some of those characters. It's a shame. I love the logo, the Batman logo,
Yeah,
in those
I
comics.
mean, and this is. I mean, look at this. Let me put this on full screen. Let me put this on full screen if I can. So
The Joker, laugh outright, Alfred, the Alfred Adventures. But the history behind Alfred wasn't he? He wasn't a butler when they first introduced him, was he?
I, to be honest, I'm just starting to read Batman for the first time.
All right,
Um,
Batman.
Court found me not guilty of murder, but I did kill the victim, and you'll never prove it, Batman. So this was a $2 comic, Batman number 328.
Thing is, though, we can appreciate comics like that, but some of the kids today they can't. So look at that art,
Batman today in
fantastic,
the swing 70s.
fantastic art.
$77. So they got like a story from the 40s, the 50s, the sizzling 60s, and this one should be interesting.
Oh.
Batman and the Fantastic Future.
Excellent. Have
$2 for this one.
you got any money left in your bank account after buying
Uh,
this?
so I was talking Man of Wars in the chat. I got a nice tax bill yesterday.
All right. Okay.
I'm yeah, that's not good. But you know, the thing was, I just got reimbursed by the parish for the coffee I've been buying for myself.
Okay.
Because I have a K cup and I paid for my own with my own money. So I love Pete's coffee. I've been drinking Pete's coffee forever, and I used the cash that I got reimbursed to buy this. So this one was $3.
Big hand.
I'll tell you, this one I'm excited about. This is a Superman 168. It's in poor condition, but I don't care.
I just love the covers though of these comics. They really do speak of the time, don't they?
Yeah.
They really
I mean,
do.
this is when Luthor is like a god on his world. I mean, they don't show anything like that anymore.
No, they don't. Kryptonite. Always kryptonite. Everyone's got kryptonite. Everyone's got kryptonite.
Yeah. But this one, so I there's an app that I have on my phone which allows me to keep track of the comics I have.
I remember that cover.
I think it was, yeah, 249. So that would have been like the late 70s.
I think I've got that one.
Oh. Yeah, I'll bring it back up. I gotta show you the cover I have, and I gotta be careful how I show this one. Let me see. Superman, Billy, cover.
Is Superman comics still going today?
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Oh, let me see which. Let's see. I'm just looking 255. Maybe it's 255. But yeah, they have their sale going on all week.
Mm.
I went. It's my day off today. The only reason I'm still in my clerics is because I had lunch with the kids at the school today.
All right.
It was fun being with fourth graders. Two of the girls hate cheese, so I had to kind of rub it into them.
What? Not physically though.
No, 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 no. So okay, I think I'm getting close to the one I'm looking for.
You know, if I knew you were doing this, I would have brought my box out. My box
Oh,
is in my cupboard. It's just like dig deep in the cupboard. I would have brought that out because I've got the same kind of comics that you have. That age, and it's all in plastic things and
okay.
stuff. So
So let me see which one was it that. This is 353. This was a 50 cent originally. Let me bring that up.
what's happened to Lois? Is that Lois? Oh, okay. Well, as I said, these are very imaginative covers, aren't they?
Well, I mean, it's the one I know I showed you of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, where they're in the desert,
Yeah.
and Superman basically is holding a glass of water, where it's like only Jimmy or Aquaman could drink it.
Yeah.
Here's the old. Okay, this is an older one. This is
Yeah, I remember that cover too. It's funny. It's funny because yeah, they just take me right back when I see that, especially the Action Comics logo. When I see that, takes me right back to
here.
the 70s. Oh
This
no, I
is
don't.
issue 400.
My son is man or beast. Good God. It's really well drawn though, isn't it?
Well, that's the
Really
thing.
well drawn.
This is all Kurt Swan.
Mm. It's another one, yeah. Well, are you looking forward to the Black Adam film?
Nope.
Nope.
I know pretty much nothing
Superman's in
about.
that.
I
Superman's
don't
in that,
care. I don't
apparently.
care.
Yeah, robot. Arrow, Green Arrow's in it as well. And the Atom.
See, this was a $6 comic.
So were you more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy then?
You know,
When
I
you were
am.
younger?
I've always been a Superman fan. And then I picked up the last of the original She-Hulk series.
She-Hulk. Yeah. Take you back to how it really supposed to be.
So those were the comics. I got some of them right behind me. I'll show you the one. Oh, I know. I think I showed you this before, but this was probably one of the first comics I ever got.
Oh, I've got that one. I've got that one.
That was the original from 92, 93, I think it is. I mean, the art is not the greatest.
No, it's not. It's not. But there's several different artists in that book. It starts off with one artist, and then as it goes through, there are other artists as well that complete it. But I love the story, though. I think the story is absolutely brilliant, and I love Doomsday. I think he's great. Deadpool.
This is the fun part.
Yeah, great art though.
It is. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I mean, I got a lot of stuff to read now for the next year.
As I said, the last time I read a comic was like ages ago. I think it was over 15 years ago. The last time I read a comic. I haven't read a comic not in a long time. It's I find most comics really horrible and rubbish, and I tried. Sometimes every time I go into a bookstore, they always have a section graphic novels, and I go there and I look at stuff and I think, shall I get this? And I'm like, no, and I put it back. Do you know what I mean? They don't inspire me anymore. The comics.
I tell you, really so the only ones, I think I've said it before, the only ones I have on my pull list right now are Keanu Reeves' Berserker, and that one is kind of worn off. I mean, it's not as good as it was originally. But I also have the Ice Cream Man, which is an indie comic from Boom. It's kind of like Dr. Seuss but demented.
Right.
And then there is Nice House on the Lake, which is the only DC comic I have. That one used to be every month, and now it seems like to be every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I've had mostly. I have a lot of DC comics, but the old ones like you. But the Marvel ones, I have majority Marvel ones. I have annuals as well. The Marvel annuals. I have them as well, which was exclusive to England. I'm assuming they didn't sell the Marvel annuals in America, but
No, I
I don't
think
know
they
how much.
did. They
Oh, did
did.
they?
Because the one Marvel that I really have collected, I have about 100 of them, is
Mm,
the Sergeant Fury one.
right, right.
Because they would have it'd be like an annual comic where it's a jumbo size.
Mm,
So, oh,
yeah,
got a
comics.
shout out for Ian
Rebecca Goldthwait Pass.
from Man of War.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's a terrific guy, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
The war
yeah.
is absolutely terrific.
Now I got
You
to
look
catch up with him yesterday.
all right. Looked after my sister when I was there, so
Yes, he did.
good
So
chap. Very good chap. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I like
so I'm trying to think. I'm gonna stream on Friday. I had
Okay,
a spiritual direction on last Friday, so that's one of the
right.
things priests are supposed to do at least once a month is to have a spiritual director to make sure things are going good and
Yeah.
that you're doing the stuff you're supposed to be doing.
Mm. Uh, yeah. I mean, if you're streaming on Friday, I'd probably be there anyway.
Okay,
So I'm around on Friday. I think I'm around on Friday. Should be.
okay,
I should be around. But yeah, no. I mean, as I said, I've always been a Marvel guy myself, and one of the reasons why is because I guess um, when I looked at DC, mostly it was gods. If you look at it, Superman's a god, more or less. I mean, Batman's a
yeah, but
great, great man, isn't
the the reason I love Superman is just the campiness of it all. I mean, the idea that Jimmy Olsen has a fan club, not just in Metropolis, but all over the world, is a Jimmy Olsen fan club.
he? As I said, I can't get over nobody recognizing Clark Kent as Superman. I think in one comic they explained that it was his glasses that made people not see him at one point, and I was thinking, oh, how lame is that? But I don't know. Just I don't know. I always gravitated towards Spider Man because obviously I was a teenager when I was into comics, and Spider Man was a teenager and stuff. So I was always into that basically. But I don't know. DC, I don't know. Just I like the letters page at Marvel. I don't know if you used to read the letters page of Marvel. It was always
Um,
welcoming. Well, all right,
I,
okay,
I've been wanting to read Stan's Corner. I know that they had a book of that out a few years
yeah,
ago,
yeah.
and it's just a little overpriced right now to be able to buy it.
I'll send. Oh, I don't know if I can send this picture to you, or is it? Uh, 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 uh,
But I was going to say, Spider
mm,
Man. I love Spider Man. When I had the Marvel app, I read the entire series,
yeah,
like all 600 over the course of a year.
yeah. And then they spoilt it, didn't they? And then he was like he died, and then he was replaced, and I was like, no,
I
what are they
didn't get into that.
doing?
So it's not
Yeah.
One More Day. Is that the one you're talking about?
I think so. As I said, I was just like, what? Do you know what I mean? Why are you doing this kind of thing? But it's just seriously, it really is just nonsense, absolute nonsense. Let me show. I'll send you this via your Twitter. This
Oh, okay.
picture here.
Let me bring that up.
Yeah, if you could. Um. Oh, hello. Some of your media files has failed to load. Oh dear, what's going on there?
Oh,
Oh,
Garrett
what's that?
has a good picture. I got to share this on here.
What is this all about? Okay, let's put it here instead. And let's put it here. Move out of books. What's going on? It won't let me do it. Oh, there it
So,
is. There it is. Right there. That's weird. Come on. Go. He's not going. Oh, here we go. That's it. There you go. Those are the comics that I used to read when I was. I heavily got into those comics. That was the last time I found comics interesting.
yeah,
So that,
yeah.
yeah, that was. So basically, I remember coming off Marvel in a big way because I got bored with it, and then I discovered Sin City. So I bought immediately when I was in Forbidden Planet, as a place called, and I opened Sin City. I was just drawn to it completely. So I brought Sin City and I brought The Big Fat Kill, which is I brought them both together because I was late coming to the party on Sin City. And then I
Mhm.
discovered Marvels, which I just loved the whole thing. I never got the individual comics, but I brought it as a pack. And then a Killing Joke, which is absolutely marvelous, but so short. The book is so short. And as you just pointed out, The Death of Superman, which I thought was really good story, but the art wasn't so hot. It was okay, you know. And
Yeah.
then I've got one there where it's just like an old Marvel, old Superman action comics. That is quite an old one. You probably got that one, haven't you?
That one I think I do have.
Yeah, I think you've got that one.
Yeah, I gotta show you this one. I have never read it, but I had it for a while now.
Oh, what's this one? Oh, Pride. They made that into a movie. They made that into a movie. I haven't seen it, but apparently it's meant to be quite fun. The Pride and President, it's going to be quite a lot of fun. So I haven't. Yeah, I really need to. I really need to watch it. A lot of people say it's quite good and stuff, but yeah, I mean, comics has always been part of my life anyway, and just collecting stuff and because yeah, I don't know if you remember when I was young, right? People used to frown upon it. I remember my mum wanting
I
to throw all of my comics away. I remember one point she wanted to
I'll
throw
be
it all away.
honest, I never really got into the comics as I am today until probably 5, 6 years ago.
Right.
And part of that is I'm trying to see if I can bring up the picture of him. Priest friend of mine who was a diehard comic fan died about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
This it was like 6 years ago on Sunday, I think it was.
Right.
Let's see. I'm just looking for. Here, we'll bring this up. So this is Father Shane Thorpe, who was in Oklahoma City.
Oh.
That is him as Doctor Strange.
Excellent. I think that thing behind his head is way too big.
Yeah, that was a kick to the gut when I found out that he had died.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah.
Oh, that's Father Thorpe. As I don't know what that is. I know it's Green Lantern.
You see, priests in America are really cool. Priests in England, they
Oh,
don't do
here you
stuff
go.
like that. Oh, holy! What the? Why is it so long?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh dear. It looks like fun.
Yeah, I mean, I only got to know him. The thing I just really regret is I didn't get into comics until after he died.
Right. I got into comics when when I was quite young. I couldn't read too well. My brother used to read them to me. So he used to buy the comics and then we used to sit down and he used to read it to me, and that's how I got into comics. But for me,
Mhm.
comics were always like movies. When you watch the comic and you watch the panel, it's always kind of like watching a movie kind of thing. And I can never get into reading novels because there's no pictures. That's why I couldn't
I
get
must
into reading
say, I
novels.
mean, I do remember the Death of Superman going in and
Mm,
buying. It was the second printing, thinking maybe I could, I thought it was going to be a collector's item. Not
mm.
really, but I always loved Superman. I mean, I loved the movies as a kid. I remember Superman 3, the scene where the woman turns into a computer, freaked the crap out of me.
Oh, yes, terrible movie, but hey. But
I
you
know,
know
but I
what,
mean,
right? You know what, right? In The Death of Superman, when he was fighting Doomsday at the ending, there was a line in it that said, they're moving too fast. We can't catch up with them. Especially Jimmy was trying to take pictures in the, and then when you watch Man of Steel and he fights Zod, both have super speed. You'd think that they'd be moving faster than the speed of light, fighting each other, but they don't, do they? They fight like they're in a wrestling ring or something like that by
mhm.
destroying buildings. It just, to me, that doesn't make any sense. It just kind of they got the power of super speed, so you probably wouldn't see the fight if they were both fighting. People would die, thousands would die. Another,
Now,
yeah,
and
sorry.
did you ever see the original Doctor Strange movie from the 70s or the
I
80s?
saw it, but I can't remember it. I remember watching it. It's a very
Oh,
silly film.
gotta say hi to Truck Dog. Good to see you. Oh, Yeah, it's actually on YouTube.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah. Did you see the Captain America one? That was awful. The one
No, I don't think I
produced
ever did.
produced by Elton John, apparently. So yeah, it's absolutely awful. The costume he was wearing is just rubbish. But
Is it worse than Thor and the Incredible Hulk?
no, the Thorny Incredible Hulk is slightly better, and I say slightly. But Daredevil was in Thor and the Incredible Hulk. Daredevil was in that, wasn't
Yeah, I
he?
don't remember that one. It's been probably 30 years since I've seen it.
So Daredevil was in one, and also the guy who played Salah in Indiana Jones. He was the Kingpin in that one. So quite interesting when you think about it. I mean, the thing about the thing about studios and TV shows, whatever, is that it's only now that they're getting to the idea that you can have them in a costume, but if the costume has a reason to be there, then people would accept it. Like Captain America's costume in Winter Soldier was absolutely fantastic. You didn't question that at all, and also in what is it, Endgame, his costume, it looks like it's there to protect him, right? But then when they when they did the Elton John film, it was all spandex, and it just looked stupid, just absolutely stupid. So
Oh dear.
yeah, but there is a way of actually designing a costume so it looks okay. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but the thing is, I watched the season finale of She-Hulk.
Oh no, I
It's
didn't.
like it's oversaturation. They did too much too fast.
Yeah.
They lost us.
Well, as I was saying in another live streams, thousands of people are still watching this stuff, so it justifies them making more. And also, they're not. They're the people that are in charge. They're very stubborn. They don't want to listen to criticism, or they're rejecting criticism and then accusing us of being, racist and all that
See,
nonsense.
I'm not even going to watch the Doctor Who special live
I,
because
Unfortunately, so I've got someone at the BBC who's kind of actually seen it, and she told me that she wanted to know my view, and she said it was okay. So, but it's two reasons why I'm going to watch it. One is because of her, and two is because Dan wants me to watch it because straight afterwards we're on talking about it. So I'm
is that
pretty
with the
sure.
rabbi or with Dan?
No, with Dan, but I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Rabbi's going to do it. I'm pretty sure that Noel's going to do it. I'm pretty sure that what's his name, Gary's going to do it. So do you know what I mean? But I said to Dan, maybe you're going to get decimated by Gary's Gary's live stream, but it's his channel. He
No, but the
needs to
thing
do it,
is,
isn't it?
and I was talking with Man of War about this
Yeah,
yesterday. I know Gary is live right now with the real
yeah, he is.
BBC,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
Mm.
just not the same as it used to be, and that's not an insult towards or
Mm.
a slight towards Gary.
Well,
it's different now.
yeah, they not start off doing bagging and boarding, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And that was just him and
As
Az, wasn't it? But now they are full blown talking about the current events that's actually happening. And is it called? It's still called the Real BBC.
yeah.
It's still called the Real BBC. So, and they have I can't remember the girl with the curly hair. I don't know what her name is. So she's
Oh,
on.
I
Is it
get Nina and
Nina
yeah.
something? Yeah. So she's on it as well. So it is what it is. I mean, I guess things have to evolve. I guess, but um, yeah.
It's fine. I mean, they got a big audience. I have maybe 5 people watching right now. That's fine.
It's all right. That's fine.
I mean, as I was telling again, and as Man of War says, it's Friday Night Tight Light, and it is. I mean,
yeah,
that's
I
what the
guess.
real BBC has become. But again, that's fine. I mean, they've grown. Like I said, I'm happy for Gary. I mean, he's worked hard. He's earned it.
Yeah, he's earned it. I just was watching a bit of it just now, and somebody pledged 300 quid to them.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of money, man. So I'm like, what? So, but as I said, he deserved his success because he's worked
oh yeah.
hard. Yeah.
And the thing is I'm just referring to Man of War. I was telling him I don't have the time as I used to, just to be able to stream. Just because with teaching school, and I really should be working on lesson plans for tomorrow.
I don't. I don't. I have no. I don't. I
Yeah,
really don't want to stream. I don't. I don't. I don't want to make a live stream. I'd rather make stuff. But just live streaming doesn't really.
I love
I'll
my
go on.
kids. I love
Mm,
my kids, but
mm,
I told them I didn't name names, but I told them I'm a little depressed
mm,
because
mm,
I thought the idea of in theology canon refers to a Japanese multinational corporation.
yes, that makes Karen's pretty. Yeah, but that is true. To a
Not in
certain point of view.
theology. Not in theology.
I guess.
Yeah, as Darren says, they're on right now, and that's fine.
Yeah,
Um, as I put on Twitter, I can only go for about maybe another half hour
sure.
because I have to start cooking dinner. I'm doing a crock pot tonight of a
Mm.
tater tot casserole. Um,
It's fine. Do you know what I mean? As I said, right, that a lot of people. I remember what is it? I remember Noel getting angry because he wasn't given credit for reporting something first or something like that, and he got really peed off. And quite frankly, I was like, well, I obviously didn't speak to him, but I heard about it. But but the thing is, though, it's for me, none of that matters. You know what I mean? As long as I come on your thing because I have a lot of fun talking to you, and
yeah,
that's the only reason why I do it. It's not because I never want to do my own live stream. I might do one day, but it doesn't interest me at all. I go and help Dan. I go and help you. I go, if you can call it help, of course.
no. Hey, this is good. It's good to have
Yeah,
somebody to
uh,
talk to.
yeah. So I'll do that, but I don't think I'll live stream. It doesn't really
I'll
interest
be
me.
honest. I haven't talked to Noel. I probably a year. He unfriended me on Facebook. I think he got upset
Why?
with a comment. Well, he got upset with the comment I made or something, and didn't realize it was sarcasm. And this is when Problem Bean was still on Twitter, and he
Right.
was trying to explain to him what I was trying to say, and
Mm.
that's fine. I mean, God love Noel. He does a lot of stuff. He does good stuff. He's just a little too angry for me.
He is a bit. I mean, the thing is that what else can you say about Noel? But yeah, he does his best. He tries his best, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to Dan yesterday about Doctor Who, and I said to him, "There's this girl," and I sent him a link that she's talking from her bedroom about the trailer, and she got over 2K views on her trailer, and Dan immediately says because she's good looking. And I guess he's right. I guess she's very young and quite good looking. But yeah, I mean, there's all
Well,
kinds of
is
reasons.
it Biden type young or is it appropriate young?
She's very
I
young.
mean,
I would say she's 16 or even
okay, so it'd be
younger.
Biden young.
Yeah, even younger.
I
Yeah,
shouldn't
so
even be saying that.
but yeah, so it's yeah, and sometimes Dan gets a bit frustrated because he does put a lot of work
He
into his
does.
stuff, and quite frankly, what his show is probably one of the best shows out there for Doctor Who. He's kind. I mean, he doesn't hide his dislike for the Jodie era, and I guess that's what
Mm-hmm.
gets his channel into trouble. But I mean, people are supposed to be allowed their point of view and not get want for a better word crucified for it. Do you know what I mean? And he
I
shouldn't
gotta,
be. You know?
yeah, no, and again, I gotta say, I got great respect for him because I mean,
Mm,
he knows his stuff. He
he
knows
does.
more about. I mean, I'm a diehard Doctor Who fan, but I'm not as knowledgeable as some of you guys are.
No, not as knowledgeable as Dan. Dan and JT, they know their
Mm-hmm.
stuff about Doctor Who. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, I just, I personally think that it's going downhill, Doctor
It
Who,
is.
and just the fact that a lot of people are getting excited about David Tennant coming back, and we're not
I
even
don't
talking about the
care.
new Doctor, you know,
Yeah, I
so it's
mean,
crazy.
as I've said, they could resurrect William Hartnell, and I wouldn't watch.
I would, I would want to see William Hartnell back.
Not these days.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, did you see what the BBC Twitter shared for Doctor Who? It was the new Doctor's birthday, and they shared that picture of him they used when they announced him with basically like his shirt half open.
Well, he didn't have a shirt, did he?
Whatever that thing is called. Like, I want to like this, but this is the image you're using. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
But everybody knows my stance on race swapping and
Yeah.
agenda swapping. I'm totally against that. But I keep saying to people, or I keep saying to anyone that will listen, it's a bit of an insult to people of color, because what you're doing is you're giving them something that's already existed. Why don't you create some new stuff for them? That would be great. But they're not doing that.
Yeah,
So.
I'm gonna show you what I'll be watching later this afternoon. So I'm gonna be making dinner. And then I'm gonna sit down after I get my prayers in. I still got to do my office today.
Yeah,
but I love this.
Holding coffee. This is outrageous. Where are the armed men who come in to take the protesters away? Where are they? This kind of behavior is never tolerated in Boracua. You shout like that, they put you in jail right away. No trial, no nothing. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists. You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses, you right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail. Undercook, overcook. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up, believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world. Because of jail.
It's such a good show.
I've watched a couple, but for me, I didn't really catch on to it. It's okay, but the thing is, though, it's very. I'm old school. I like humor.
It's American.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think humor's really changed now, and a lot of comedians, stand-up comedians, are scared of actually giving us real humor, if you know what I mean. So it's crazy.
I have to laugh. I know I tagged you on Twitter with James Corbin being banned from a New York restaurant.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, mate. As I said, I just think everything's changing so fast, and it looks like decency has been thrown out the window as well. And I really don't understand how these people got in power. I think the real people that were in power were asleep, and they allowed this to happen. And now they've got too much power, and then now they're trying to.
I don't care. I mean, I got 3 shelves here just on really good stuff. And I got a whole bookcase on the other side of the room with tons, hours, months of media. I mean, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I know, but still, you still gotta. The thing is, though, you still got to worry about, this generation.
Even my little new toy. I don't know if you know what that's from.
No.
Rick and Morty.
Oh, of course. It's the dog
Snowball.
that changed him. Yeah, it's the dog that got changed into, when they put the thing on his head. That was it, yeah. I remember seeing that episode. That was quite fun.
It's a little plush toy. I had to buy that.
You're not a traditional priest, my friend.
I don't care.
But yeah, no, as I said, it's just I just hope one day I'll just leave our stuff alone so we can, I don't know,
What
just
was
like
it?
stuff again.
I see that they're talking to bringing Frasier back. It's like, don't.
Well,
I mean, it's like I'm afraid of any remakes right now or sequels. I don't.
Yeah.
Plus, the dad is dead. So I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see the point really. I think Frasier was a great show and shouldn't be tarnished if they make a sequel to it and give us a bad taste in our mouth forever about the show. So anyway, it's we don't own the property. It's up to them really. If you're going to bring a show back, bring back. No, they already did, didn't they? Knight Rider. They already did bring back Knight Rider. It was terrible. Yeah.
I will say I still got to watch last night's Quantum Leap. I'm surprised. I'm actually enjoying it.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one.
I mean,
Dan was saying it's good.
outside of the cornucopia of diversity stuff,
Mm.
I mean, the stories are actually quite good.
Yeah, Dan was
I mean,
saying it's quite good.
but yeah,
Mm. Yeah,
so,
I haven't got, what channel is it on? HBO? No,
well, over here it's NBC.
NBC, right. So I need to sail the seven seas if I want to watch that. It's not, I don't think it's, it might be on Sky actually. I'll check. See, check it's on Sky. What did I watch lately? I watched View to a Kill lately. That's what I watched with Roger Moore.
I don't think I've ever seen the whole movie.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a lot of
It's
fun.
not good. I know it's not the best.
I know. It's not. It's the worst Roger Moore in my opinion. Even I think it's even worse than Moonraker because Moonraker's
No,
fun.
I actually like Moonraker.
So do I. Yeah, so do I.
What
think it's a
about
lot of fun. Octopussy?
Kitty? Octokitty.
Oh, yeah, Octopussy's the
I'm
same
not
level.
saying
Okay, but it's the same level as View to a Kill. That's what I think. It's just as daft as View to a Kill. But yeah, I mean, I'm going through the Bond movies at the moment. I saw View to Kill yesterday. I saw Man with the Golden Gun the day before. I just felt like a Bond binge, so to speak, the Roger Moore Bond binge. But I just hope when they bring him back that he's more James Bond than he was in, before the Craig stepped in. That's what I'm hoping. But they're not going to do that.
no.
And then they're not going to do that.
They're not going to have him spouting off cheesy puns anymore.
But it would be, the thing is though, it's fun when they do that, and it's fun when they have gadgets and stuff.
It's been 20 years since they had something like that, and the kids today don't remember this stuff.
But the thing is though, they're turning James Bond into a regular thriller. And James Bond the movie James Bond was never that. James Bond was always about high adventure, countries, sexy women, that stuff.
The thing that I was excited about, I haven't sat down to listen to it yet, but Audible had a sale recently, and looks like we got let me block this guy. Okay, we had a troll in the chat. Surprised by that. I welcome viewers. I mean, but no, they had the James Bond series on audiobook on sale. Right. I picked up like 12 of them for $20.
James Bond is a really good franchise, and it's a shame that it's going down this route. If I was with Barbara Broccoli, I would slap her. I would say, look, it's true. I would say to her, look, why would you? Oh, sorry, was that?
Oh no, go ahead. That just reminded me of a clip I'm going to bring up.
I would just say to her, why are you going down this route, James? Your dad would be turning in his grave. You know what I mean, he would be.
The only reason I'm thinking of this clip is because Dan had something on Twitter.
Oh, this is that terrible show, isn't it?
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
Your comment made me think of that.
Yeah, I don't know. As I said, Wilson's really old, isn't he? Was it the guy produces with Barbara Broccoli? Barbara Broccoli, she's a woman of age, and
I don't know.
It's just you can still have your cake and eat it. So you have to find a balance between what's happening today and still making it James Bond. But they're not concerned about that. All they're concerned about is making it relevant for today. And James Bond was never relevant for any day. Do you know what I mean? Any day. Do you know? So it's annoying.
It is interesting as I've listened to Casino Royale on the book. I mean, the audiobook. I've listened to that. I've listened to Goldfinger. And it's just interesting trying to remind yourself that this was written in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah. As I said, it's one of my favorite characters, and I don't like the way they're treating him. I really did not like the last film at all. I will never watch that.
Didn't care for it.
As long as I live, I would never watch that film ever as long. I can sit through Moonraker. I can sit through the what is the worst James Bond film ever apart from No Time to Die? I guess it would be.
I would say Timothy Dalton's era.
Oh, do you not like him? I thought he was
Not
great.
really. Not really.
Oh, okay. You didn't like him. I really liked Living
But he's
Daylight.
only in 2 of them.
Yeah,
Which
because
one
that
was...
you know
Go ahead.
why, don't you? It's
No.
because they had a writer's strike after between Living Daylights and what is it, License to Kill. So when they were making License to Kill, they had to hire people that wasn't part of the industry. That's why they went to Mexico. So they had a writer's strike, and then that carried on for 2 years. And so after 2 years, Pierce Brosnan was free. And so they decided to go with Pierce Brosnan instead of
Who
Timothy
originally was
Dalton.
supposed to be...
Yes.
I think he was supposed to succeed more originally.
He
wasn't
was, yeah, he was. And but the difference between Timothy Dalton and Roger Moore was Timothy Dalton wanted to play a more hard edge James Bond, which Craig does now. And when Pierce took over, Pierce was wanting to channel his Sean Connery and Roger Moore within his James Bond, and that's what he did. He made the perfect balance between the Connery and the Roger Moore, in my opinion. And I thought he was great. He had some really crappy scripts, but the first 2 were terrific as far as I'm concerned. So.
I think I told you my favorite Bond movie is On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I do like that one, but I like to say the only thing that spoils it is is the main guy that plays Bond. I really didn't take.
I actually liked him.
Yeah, his voice was dubbed halfway through, wasn't it?
Well, he's Australian.
Yeah, I know, but his voice when he played when he went in disguise with the guy with the kilt, that was all. His voice was dubbed there.
Okay,
but,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's a really good film. It's a shame that Connery didn't do that, because that would have been the pinnacle. It's a good film.
So Donald Pleasance or Telly Savalas? Better Blofeld.
Blofeld, Donald Pleasance. Donald Pleasance, definitely, he's the best in my opinion. He was terrific. He was very creepy, wasn't he?
Well, he's the perfect bad guy.
He is. I mean, there were loads of people that played Blofeld, but he is the one that people remember because you actually saw his face. So
okay.
Yeah, because in the other James Bonds, it was just the cat. He's just stroking the cat, wasn't he? So it's different guys.
You saw Telly's face.
Yes, yeah, you did, yeah. But the first time you saw him was Donald Pleasance.
Okay.
But the original guy they got to play him looked like Santa Claus, and they shot half the film with him in it. And then they realized he was wrong, and then they cast Donald Pleasance. And so that's what we got.
Now, was that in You Only Live Twice?
It certainly was. Yeah, it certainly was. Yeah, it is. All the Sean Connery ones are really good, apart from Diamonds Are Forever is good because of the theme tune.
About Never Say Never Again.
Never say. Well, that's not officially a James Bond film, is it? Let's face it. It's okay.
Enjoy Dallas. So Apollo Minion is in Dallas right now.
Looking around Dallas.
I'm going back next year.
Are you? Is that where, are they still going to have a meet up in Dallas?
I don't know, but I'm hoping they will do it in Dallas because I just can't do Vegas.
Where does Gary live anyway?
He's in Texas now.
He lives in Texas.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, he gave me a shout out a couple of was it last week or 2 weeks ago, which was nice of him. So still remembers me, which is quite cool. So
he'll have you on. He'll have you on the Wrath of the Whovians.
Well, that's if he's doing it the night after.
If he does it,
I can't be on it. Yeah, but I think he's kind of tired of Doctor Who now, and I think me and him are on the same page. It's really, Occam's razor, isn't it? The simplest answer is probably the right answer, because we see the red flags, we see what's going on. The moment I'm going to watch the Shooty one. The moment he kisses a guy, or some of the stuff comes in, the trans thing comes in, I'm
Captain
off.
Jack. I know Captain Jack, John Barrowman is gay in real life, but I mean, it was never in your face where.
No. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
But I mean, I didn't care for David Tennant's last episode where it was like hooking him up with the Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever that was. It's like that part. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's because obviously it's because of Russell T, and he's a
mhm.
gay man as well. And there's nothing wrong with. I don't mind if they have gay characters and stuff like that. It's just when that kind of stuff overpowers the story. That's when I have a problem with it. I've got nothing against people,
Right.
gay people and stuff like that. And in stories, I have nothing against that as well. I don't mind how many gay people are in a story as long as it doesn't infiltrate what we're
See,
trying to say.
I tried watching Torchwood, but
Oh, I didn't like that.
I just couldn't get into it.
I didn't like Torchwood at all, and it wasn't because of anything. It was because the show looked cheap. I just when I watched it, I was like, no, I can't watch this. I really can't.
I thought
So,
it a little too dark, nihilistic,
yeah,
depressing type thing.
I watched 2 episodes of that show, and I thought, no, I can't watch this anymore. And then when they did the specials with I think it was Star Now channel did it. I watched that one. I thought that was okay. The one where everybody was immortal, but he
Resurrection
wasn't.
Day, I think.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was okay. It had a bad ending though. The ending was absolute
I
nonsense.
never saw it, but it was something I actually wanted to watch. But
It's okay. It's okay. But as I said, the BBC is definitely champion women and gay people. I don't see them champion black people at all.
100th
Yeah.
birthday today, if I remember correctly.
Whose?
BBC.
It's
They had it
BBC's
on Twitter.
birthday?
I think so.
How old are they?
100.
100. Interesting.
So,
Mm.
well, I gotta start wrapping up. I gotta get
All right,
downstairs
no
to
worries.
make dinner. So, yeah, we'll catch up again on Friday.
Hopefully, mate, we'll catch up next year for real.
That too.
Yeah, that'll
That
be
too.
good.
And like I said, I'm planning an England trip in about 2 years. So,
Okay, well, I'm around.
okay, sounds good. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'm hitting the end button. I'll go live again 2:00, basically this time on Friday. So, till then, we'll see everybody later.
Bye.